Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more Us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
I just love you both.
Good morning, everybody. We're back.
Yeah.
Producer Bolt in the house. Kathie is on her way. She's been told to ease up on her schedule a little bit, because of all the fainting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she's on her way in. So I let her, I'm like, come in a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's all right. I was like, take your time. She needs to get her energy back. And they never really figured out why she was fainting. But, it's just better to take a precautionary measure and be like, let's ease up on your schedule a little bit. And, being with those girls of hers, I'm with them for a couple hours and I'm worn out. So, yeah, I don't even see how any of you breeders do it.
The life of a mom.
Right? And then, having two jobs for her or whatever. And then Kathie just got back from the new Marvel movie, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right. And so she went and saw the movie and she interviewed the cast. So we'll get to hear about that when she gets in, which is pretty exciting. Now, I know that you went to a movie. I went to a movie. I saw I, Tonya finally.
Oh, cool.
Which was a really good movie. And, I don't know. I don't know if I was as moved as Kathie was. I felt bad for Tonya, but I still left the movie feeling bad for Nancy Kerrigan because Kathie left that movie being like, screw Nancy Kerrigan. She's a bitch. And it was sad for Tonya Harding. Her whole life was just jacked up and she was always getting the backhand from somebody. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, you're like, wow, that sucks. And you kind of understand her situation better. But, it was definitely a movie. I'm not going to give anything away, even though everybody already knows what happened. There's this great line in the movie, but it's the best line in the movie, so I won't bring it up. But until enough people see it, I guess I'll give it a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
But it's a really just ironic, funny line that Tonya says. And it's like Kathie said, the way they filmed it was half, you could tell they interviewed all of them, the real people. And then they played these interviews back for the actors. So then they sat in and did that, themselves. So these words that are coming out are really real. You could tell that Tonya Harding really said that and really felt that. So it was really good. What did you see?
I saw Hostiles. It's the
Christian Bale cowboy movie. Now, I love a good Western. I definitely liked the Quentin Tarantino Angry Eight or
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Yeah, that was awesome. I think the Magnificent Seven was kind of lame.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty flat.
Corny.
Right. What about this one?
This one, it was kind of like the Oregon Trail. Everyone just kept dying, and I don't know how many scenes we had to bury somebody. I was like, really, again? And they just kept dying off, and then another sad stare at Christian Bale, and they put this weird mole on his face that you just stare at it, and that's all you watch.
It's like the sign at the mall. You are here. And that way the restrooms are by his nose.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. That sucks. I hate long, drawn-out movies. And so, yeah, I definitely will be taking your advice and not seeing it. Is it really long?
Yeah, it's super long. If you're trying to take a nap, you're probably going to take a nap.
Yeah, I love paying $10 to go take a nap in the theater.
Yeah, and it's one of those lounge chair theaters.
God. I'm sorry,
it's too
I can't
comfy.
even. No way, dude. We went and saw Star Wars in those, and with the reclining, and I could hand me a blanket and it's done.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was that, and then there's the what was the other thing? There was what was that? There was not a Western. Oh no, there's a movie out that everybody's like, the critically acclaimed movie about an older teacher who hits on a younger boy. And it's something it looks like a independent foreign film.
Indie.
Right. And everybody's hailing this as 5 stars, best actor, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, isn't that guy doing everything Kevin Spacey just got in a bunch of trouble for?
Right.
It's this teacher seduces this underage kid or whatever, but maybe it's different in Europe. But that I saw online that was hella boring and long and drawn out and over 2 hours. It's no, thank you. I don't need that. You know what I mean?
This Hostiles movie, it's kind of showing what Americans did when they came over and took it from the Native Americans, took the land. So it's
sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, it shows a lot of white people getting killed off as well. So it's kind of look, this is what happened, and
It's
we were
bad.
the bad guys,
Right.
and the
And then-
Native Americans got theirs. They got their revenge, and
Right,
I don't
like
know.
in there, they definitely got the revenge there. Ultimately, probably not. You know,
Yeah.
they got screwed over. But yeah, that sounds like a movie to avoid.
Yeah, we're all immigrants here.
Oh no,
Like,
for sure. It's definitely topical and timely and made for a reason or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably be hailed as an Oscar-winning movie. Christian Bale's Mole is unbelievable.
That won the Grammy, not Christian. And every time he started to
It's an
talk,
Oscar.
I wanted him to say, "I'm Batman."
I'm Batman. Right. That voice is going to stick with him for like ever.
I know.
All right, so Kathie will be here momentarily. We're having her take her time because she has been having fainting spells. We were off earlier this week, but we're back! Yay! Yeah. And we'll be right back. Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
Okay, Kathie. It's Thursday, by the way. Welcome back.
Good morning. It is February 1st.
And no fainting spells,
No fainting spells.
but you have a broken foot.
I do. Well, yeah, I broke my foot last week. Last
Right.
Wednesday, when you found me on the floor and
Right.
thought I was faking,
Right.
and continued to tell all of social media I was faking.
Yeah, I was like, oh, total faker.
I know.
I didn't tell social media you were faking.
You did, so much so that somebody tagged me on you saying faker.
I only said it on the air when you first fell.
No,
I was
you
like,
did.
Faker.
You did on
Faker.
social media.
Well, anyway, I still think you're faking because that's not a real cast. What
It's
is
not.
that?
It's a boot.
I know, but it's not even like usually when somebody breaks something, you see like it looks like almost like a ski boot. And that looks like just a
Yeah, well-
standard lesbian Birkenstock.
Right. Boots have come a long way. It's a shock absorber, keep my foot straight and my bones straight boot.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. And it's got sexy Velcro on it.
So wait a minute, it seems much more manageable than those bigger boots.
Yeah, no, it is. See,
Huh. Oh, that's crazy. It does look like an industrial lesbian Birkenstock.
but if I don't wear it, then I go into the other boot that comes up your calf.
Oh, so you do have a bigger boot.
No, if I don't do the doctor's orders, because a lot of people go, "Oh, you know what? I can
I'll walk it off."
manage. I can manage because the pain. It's like a throbbing.
Okay.
but you can still walk.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't want to do the boot
And they
because
keep
it's
walking on it.
cumbersome, and they keep walking on it, and then it really turns into something that you need extra, help with.
Do you have to wear that all the time?
Yes. So I wore it yesterday in all the Black Panther interviews.
But see, it looks like a regular shoe when you look down.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm just saying it's not as noticeable as a ski boot.
yeah, but when you're all dressed up for an interview and you have a heel on the other foot.
Oh, that's not
It's
good.
really
Yeah.
obvious. But I got a little sympathy credit out of some of the actors. So
Oh, that's good.
It was good.
So wait a minute. Do you don't have to sleep with that?
No, but I have to sleep with my foot up on like 3 pillows.
Oh, wow.
So it's like really raised up above my heart.
Right, because if you raise your legs up to elevate your legs, now Mr. Fission's going to make another baby.
Yeah, no.
So does that hurt?
Like my body shuts him off even at night.
Oh,
Even when
yes.
I'm in a dead sleep, I can feel him coming.
No. My lady.
Walls up. Shields
Yes.
up.
Closing gate. So how long do you have to wear that?
For 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Sexy, sexy, sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy.
Yeah, if you wear just a regular like boot or something like a lady boot on the other foot.
No, it still looks like I have a weird shoe on.
I know, but with the sneaker, it's very obvious. But if you wore a black shoe with the regular eye, nobody's going to be like automatically because it's so little.
Bolty, you can tell that I have a shoe on, right?
I think he's right. If you wore a black shoe, you won't look down at it. But now that you have mix match colors,
Right? Yeah, you
Right.
look like you took the wrong pair of shoes today.
Right. I get dressed in the dark at 3 a.m., which is true.
Taker.
Oh, see, there you go again. We want to say good morning to everybody out there. We have some people on the text line already saying, hey. Christina says, good morning, guys. I'm so happy you're back. I found out Monday I'm pregnant. Yay.
Yay.
This Prego's been very emotional over not hearing you 3 in the mornings. Flashback to when you guys left KS. Ha ha ha. I love you. Have a good day. I'm pregnant. Yay.
Yay.
Congratulations, Christina.
Now we just got to find out who the father is. So many to go through.
Elvia says, good morning, my favorite morning show. I've missed you guys this week. Why did you abandon us for so long? I'm glad you're back, Kathie. Hope you didn't faint on your interview. You know what? Chadwick Boseman, I really was about to faint. That guy is so good looking, Black Panther.
More importantly, how good is the movie?
Oh my, I can't say. The embargo is till February 6th.
Okay.
So I can tell you about my interviews and everything that happened.
But you can't really say anything about the movie.
Anything about the movie.
Oh, wow.
Although I can smile really big.
That means she hates it.
Right, exactly. So good.
When you were coming in, you heard that I saw I, Tonya.
It's about time.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
And what'd you think?
Loved it. Loved
Okay.
everything about it. It was a great movie. Very funny.
Yes.
Like, it was more of a comedy.
You don't expect it to be that funny.
Right, it was hilarious.
Because there's some serious subjects in there.
No, for sure. But it was so lighthearted and like almost like it would like if you were nominating it, almost like fall in comedy. It's so funny.
But don't you love how have you seen it yet, Producer Bolte?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you got to go see it because they do such a good job of doing half documentary style. Well, not half, but part of it's documentary style. A part of it is they removed the fourth wall, so all of a sudden the actors in a scene will address the audience.
Right.
And
Kind
then
of like
they
do
have
in Modern Family.
and then they have normal because that's.
No, in Modern Family, they look at the camera all the time.
They do look at the camera, right. And then they also it's part of the movie. Like the way they just had it seamlessly go through, it's such a creative movie for producing movie.
They you could tell they sat down all the main actors and the real people, and interviewed them, and then the actors watched that to base their performance off of it, which was brilliant because then they were able to cut in and out, like you said, and it looked like a real half documentary.
It was crazy cool.
Yeah. And the mom, the actress who played the mom, definitely deserves
Allison
all the
Chaney.
attention she's getting.
She sure does, man. And then when you see the interview at the end
of what she really looks like, you're like, whoa.
That is really her. Right. Allison Chaney was really that chick. Like I thought she was exaggerating.
No, they watched those interviews and
yeah,
for sure that was good.
Yeah, but the lady really sat with like a parrot on her head, on her shoulder during the interview, and the parrot keeps like biting her ear, and she's like, "Stop it, stop it." Right. I mean, it's just the weirdest type of a person, and the fact that this lady raised a kid, not very good. I mean, you're just enthralled.
she got her to do that triple axel, right? By threatening her, like if you don't make the triple, I hit you when we get home.
Totally. But didn't your heart just bleed for the young Tonya Harding, the little girl,
even the older one?
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, I didn't know how sad her situation was.
Totally.
So I was just like, wow, okay, and it didn't make me dislike Nancy Kerrigan. I still feel she was the victim of the situation.
Totally.
But like, I don't know. I mean, like it was super sad to be Nancy Kerrigan. I mean, to be Tonya Harding.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for her whole life.
You know, I feel like I'm the Tonya Harding of like TV.
Oh, yes.
When I'm around all those skinny bitches with their nice nails and their pretty hair and their money for wardrobe, I'm always like, ooh, I hate you. Like, I don't fit your box and you guys are fighting me every step of the way.
They're like, Kathie tried to do the triple Lutz and she broke her ankle.
That's exactly right.
I'm kind of glad she broke it.
Right.
Exactly, those bitches.
Bitch.
On the text line, one more thing, Larry. Someone said about going to the movies. Aren't you scared about the flu germs, Larry?
You know what? It's so true. And I've been saying this recently because, if you haven't got the flu, and you see all the reports in social media, like half of everybody has it.
Yeah.
So I felt most in danger when I went to pick up your daughters at daycare.
Yes.
I was like, don't touch anybody. Don't touch a wall, nothing. And then being around the girls, I was like, ooh, they're exposed to it.
Right.
And then, if Chris flies, I'm like, he's been in the germ tube. But lucked out so far, and I have limited. I mean, I'm a social guy, limited guy anyway.
Yes.
I like to kick at my house and then screen people that come in
Right.
for the flu with that little
body
thing.
heat sensor.
Yeah, that thing they rub on your forehead now to
Yeah.
get your temperature. But no, I agree with like less is more as far as being out and about. And when I'm out and about, I'm like, I'm suspect. When I was at the grocery store yesterday, I was like picking avocados. I'm all, think of all the sick people who may have been picking avocados. And then I just took them home and washed them.
I was on the airplane and for the
Germ tube.
Yeah,
Yep.
total germ tube. And for the first time ever, I saw white people, I hate to say it like that, wearing the surgical masks. Usually I see it's Asian people, right?
That's what, in their culture. It's a sign of respect. Man, they're so ahead of us. they wear that when they're sick so they don't get anybody else sick. It's not that they're paranoid of getting sick.
I saw old white people wearing the masks, and so I don't know if they were, but they weren't coughing or anything. I think they honestly were like, our immune systems are bad.
Right.
We can't afford the flu.
Right,
So
we
they-
don't have insurance.
Right.
Thanks, Donald Trump.
And then there was like this other white family, and they had kids, and the kids were wearing the masks. Like they just had, and the masks, they come in like nice fabrics now. You know how like the nursing scrubs,
Right.
You can get them in designs. Now you can get the masks in these designs. I was like, wow, who knew they came in plaid?
Nothing's worse than getting on a plane and being in proximity to somebody who's coughing.
It was all around me.
You're just like, oh my God. And like, it's bad when you're in like public in a grocery store or something, but you can avoid it, go down a different way. But in that tube, it's like you're just stuck next to somebody who's like,
At the very end of the flight when we landed last night in Denver, because I got in like at 8:30 or something when we landed, all of a sudden my nose started twitching, my eyes started watering.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh my God, whatever happened when we hit the ground? It fell onto my face.
right. It's all the pollen in the air, or all the
Right.
particles from Trash Mountain.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know why they put
Welcome
that there.
to Denver, everybody.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
it's Kathy J's Stupid News.
Goodwill employees always want you to donate whatever you can.
I know. I definitely try to give as much as we can to them. They're not far from us.
Right, and they have good programs where they help with
Right.
disability, get jobs.
Right.
So Goodwill employees have no idea how much money they're going to get for the loaded grenade launcher that got donated.
Whoa. So like they...
Don't get so excited, Larry's
that's
all
kind of
smiling.
cool. I've always wanted to shoot one of those.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
I've
they're
shot-
highly illegal.
I know. I've shot several in Grand Theft Auto and in video games, Call of Duty and all that.
It usually
Very fun.
settles the bet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's so many different kinds because like there's some that lock on and those are the ones you want, but sometimes it's like it turns red like it's locking on and then it doesn't follow the car.
Are you?
I see where he's going with that. I
like,
agree.
I've used the
both
lock
get-
on and that's very expensive.
yeah,
I
if
mean,
it's
isn't
locked.
that why you paid extra for it to be able to lock
Right,
on to
and
target?
right, and then it doesn't. Like, there's some games. There was like a version
Oh,
of
God.
Halo where it really locked on, where you had to be in that plane, and if somebody locked onto you, you had to be like a
You're
crazy ass pilot,
Well, you
like
know,
to avoid that missile.
wow, the experience both of you have had. I mean, when the
I know.
apocalypse
It's a
comes,
struggle.
man, you guys really know how to take out
Exactly.
stuff via video games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Goodwill employees discovered a grenade launcher loaded with a live grenade this past weekend and a load of items that got donated at a store in Bradenton, Florida.
Yeah, they're all. People recall a few minutes before that, somebody pulled up in a van going. They're like, what?
Employees discovered it. Thank God the person was already just going through the stuff. And,
They're
you
all.
know,
Somebody gave us this big poofy vest that blinks. So beep.
oh my God, that's your size.
Beep.
Try it on, Ron.
Why is it going?
The store manager told deputies the grenade launcher came in January 25th in a shipment from a store in a certain location of the city.
Right, and the sad employee who happened to be holding it was like, "Get on the ground, tase him."
You don't want to taste anybody holding
Girl,
a
I was just
loaded-
pricing it.
It's just pricing it. It doesn't scan. Employees didn't know who donated the item, so
They were being all rough with the box too. They didn't know what was in it.
They sent it to the bargain barn location.
I think
And
that's a toy. Put it in the kids section.
So they didn't even call the police when they first discovered it. They sent it to another location. And thank God the manager there said, call the police. This is a
Good-
loaded grenade launcher.
Good thing whoever was delivering it didn't get rear-ended.
Right, exactly. Well, I guess the joke would have been on whoever rear-ended
Right.
it.
yeah.
Oh, a guy blames the cat for dragging another woman's underwear into his bed.
Oh, that's smart. It's like, I didn't bring this in. The cat brought it in. Clearly, it smells like fish.
Here's the funny thing. It was actually a true story. Finally, my
You're-
Bolty, remember this.
Okay.
You can always use this as your excuse.
Write it down.
Oh, you need to get a cat first.
You're all, babe, those aren't your panties. Look how big they are. The cat was really dragging them in. Is that a car cover?
A guy named Ed from New Zealand got in a lot of trouble with his girl a few months ago when she found another woman's underwear in their bed. So come on, I come home, there's another chick's underwear
trouble.
in my bed.
For sure.
How are you going to get out of this?
Right, that's like just as bad as finding a condom wrapper in the bathroom.
You're exactly right. Got one strand of hair longer than hers. Ed swore up and down, I don't know how those panties got there. And of course, the girlfriend's like, sure. So she went and got a loaded grenade launcher.
Oh, yes, at the Goodwill.
Yeah, at the bargain barn. Turns out, though, Ed was telling the truth. A few days later, they saw their cat drag in a bra. And then they realized that she was raiding the neighbor's laundry.
No. That guy was mean to the cat, and that cat's like, oh, really?
Oh, really?
I got your ass. I'll get you in trouble. Right. Let's see who gets kicked out.
Right. Now there's a bra.
Right.
How are you going to explain this one?
Wait till I find a condom.
You really think she's going to believe a cat dragged in a bra and underwear? Come on.
Cheater.
So now they're trying to return the stuff to the rightful owners, and their neighbors are relieved as well since they thought there was a pervert in the neighborhood stealing all their underwear.
Right, and the cat is still looking for the tuna that he thought was in those panties.
Oh, yeah. That's gross. And finally, a lady finds her runaway pet turtle 6 months later.
Wow, he was only a foot away.
No, he was across the street.
She's like, little son of a bitch got a head start.
How do you know these stories so well,
Well, I'm
Larry?
saying a turtle can only go so fast.
But in 6 months, it made it across the street. Oh, this is so sad.
And then in 5 seconds, she brought it back.
I know, right?
He's all, son of a bitch.
The lady's name is Leanna, and she lives in England.
Mm-hmm.
Last July, her pet turtle escaped while it was playing in her yard.
He's all, I got to get away from her.
Right,
she's crazy. She talks to herself.
Exactly. I'm her only pet. She's weird.
She puts peanut butter on her genitals. Oh, you know.
She searched for the turtle.
And she'd use lettuce.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And she says that she even put up flyers and signs asking where the turtle went. Nobody could find her turtle. That sounds totally perverted. Then last Wednesday, the turtle turned up. It was right across the street from her house.
He's all, I'm almost gone. I can't even see her now.
It made it 1,056 feet.
And it passed like 6 Ubers it called, and it never saw him. Uber kept coming. All that Sam.
Yeah, so people are saying, wow, Leanna, you really looked hard if you couldn't see the turtle across the street.
Right, a
from
couple
your
of months
house.
ago, he'd have been halfway there.
Exactly. So that's hilarious.
Little does he know, he actually has a home just to escape in. His shell.
Right. It was with you all the time.
And now, it's time for
Larry, you look very on sports.
Well, we all know the big game is coming up.
Yep, it's this Sunday, and I can't wait to eat. Hey, oh my God, Producer Bolty, you know it's not a big game. It's not a Super Bowl
Without sour cream and
without
onion.
your French onion dip.
You just take a box and you mix up with sour cream. It's not that hard.
Okay,
Onion soup.
again,
Onion soup mix.
onion soup mix. Now,
Lipton.
What do you? There's something else that you do.
No.
You put it in the freezer first. What was it you said?
Yeah, it has to sit in the fridge for a little bit.
You gotta
just to
marinate it.
Yeah, so the flavors
Everything
can come
better.
out.
Everything tastes better as if it sits first.
Like spaghetti.
All I know is when I show up and see that big old bowl sitting on your counter, Larry, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing
It's
it.
on.
We're doing it this year too. I found a tofu sour cream, the one we used last time.
Yeah.
And nobody could tell the difference. So I left 2 out. I gave people their sour cream, but then I made my version, and it tasted exactly the same.
It is very similar. That's like out of
I'm gonna have
all
to
the
try
things.
this.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody could tell the difference. If I'd only put that out, nobody would be able to tell. But I'm nice, and I give people their animal product.
He does.
Totally, yeah. Give me the fat.
Yeah,
and
I'll
nothing
take-
is so fattening. After eating all that, like I totally gained like 2 pounds of just from what I eat of that.
No, the Super Bowl is what happens in my bathroom. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm pretty excited. First of all, we have to call it the big game. You're not allowed to call it the
Super Bowl.
which you just did. I was like, oh, I'll say it. Oh,
Hey,
I'll say it again.
do those rules apply to us since we're
Not
since we're
FCC?
internet?
I don't know. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
guess if the NFL found this show,
Yeah,
they'd
they'd
be
probably
like,
have the
let's
problem.
go after them.
Fine, the big game.
Good
Whatever.
publicity right there.
Yeah.
Do you guys on TV? You probably have to call it the big game.
No, we've actually been saying Super Bowl.
okay.
And so, which I know.
Is it on your channel? Is it on your network?
I don't know. Is it going to be on Fox?
No. Oh, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
maybe not. We have to look it up.
Google it because maybe that's why you guys are allowed to say it.
I don't know. All I know is every time I've said it, I'm like, should I be saying this?
Ooh, I'll send it.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh, I said it again.
Okay, so everybody obviously wants the Eagles to win because everybody hates the Patriots.
Yes, it's usually whoever's or not the Patriots. That's what people say.
Right. Anything else? But there's obviously, a legion of fans of the Patriots.
Oh, yeah,
and
totally.
That's fine, whatever. But I'm totally rooting for the Eagles. And, man, if it's a close game, we're all winners because it'll be so exciting.
It's on NBC, by the way.
Okay,
So stop saying it. I'll sue you. Who you obviously rooting for the Eagles?
so yeah, I'm rooting for the
Both
Eagles.
you?
Yep, Eagles.
Would you rather have a good game, bad commercials, or good commercials, bad game?
Good commercials and good game.
Wait. Would you rather have bad commercials, good game, good commercials, bad game?
Well, I'd rather have a good game.
Same.
Rather than
Right,
the
that's
commercials.
why we're here, to
Yeah.
see the game.
Okay.
If the commercials suck, whatevs.
There you go, Larry Ulibarri on
Yeah.
Sport.
However, can't we have both? Can't we have a good game and
That's
good
the goal,
commercials?
but the commercials have let me down the past couple years.
Agreed. There's not as much focus, and you know why?
Why?
Companies are taking their marketing dollars elsewhere. They're not going to blow that much cash, when they could spread it out on other ways.
Yes.
That's what I think. But I'm super excited about, since I'm Larry Ulibarri on Sports, I'm super excited about Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, the halftime show.
Yeah,
And
that's
now who
gonna
do
be
you think's
awesome.
going to show up with him?
Oh my God, do you want to know my theory?
Yes, because I have a theory.
Okay.
Let's all take a bet on who's going to be with Justin Timberlake.
Okay, I think I'm going to win.
Okay.
Because I think he's going to blow everybody out of the water, and all of a sudden he's going to be like, "Don't be so quick to walk away," and then it's going to go, right, and then it's going,
Okay.
and then you're going to be like, "I think I did it."
No way.
again."
No way.
Yes.
No. Why
she's
would you have
wait,
your, why would
she's-
you have
okay,
your
first of all,
ex come back
And you know
on?
why? Because they're iconic. They were that iconic couple, and she's been doing her thing.
No.
So she's got a bunch of
No.
dancers, and she's in shape.
She's
It would
learned
just
how to
be-
lip sync in public a lot better.
Whatever. It'd be super dope, and everybody would be talking about it. They'd be like, "Then Britney came out." What?
No, that's not how it is.
Well, that's
he's
what- I
he's
think that'd be-
evolved as an artist.
I
and,
know.
and he's going to want to promote the new Tennessee album.
I know,
So
and
he's
what's-
going to have Chris Stapleton, the country artist, on. You watch.
And that's a yawn fest because that's fine. But I mean, if you had Britney, everybody be tweeting, everybody would be freaking out. It would be replayed a million times the next day. So that's just my advice.
You think he'd choose Britney Spears over NSYNC coming back? If he's not going to let NSYNC come back, he's not going to let Britney come back.
No, Britney totally has the edge on that because she's the only skinny one. They're all fat.
They're all-
he's like, do
they're
I want
all
to be on
fat
stage
ones.
with a bunch of fat guys or
they're
Britney?
they're all fatones.
Right.
Okay, so producer Bolte, what's your guess?
I'll give you the dead giveaway that I guarantee is going to happen. Pharrell. He's going to be.
That was my
Oh.
prediction earlier.
Yeah.
That
He
would be-
produced
yeah,
half the album.
totally.
so-
That
Right,
would be
right.
great.
I mean, they're such a team.
Yes, for real. Okay.
Okay, and then yours?
Chris Stapleton.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with the country dude.
He was his grandfather.
So we all got
was,
$5 on this?
All right.
The
Yeah.
winner gets
Yeah,
$15.
sure.
Okay.
Done.
Are the winner? The other two have to buy breakfast, or
Yeah.
That's
Something like that.
$15.
That's about
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And the country singer you're talking about, his great grandfather is named, the airport Stapleton was named after him.
Oh, was it?
No, it's true.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and he
No,
was a
it's not.
racist. Look it up. Google it.
Okay.
I swear to God.
Stapleton,
Was a former
I knew he-
politician.
yes.
Who's a racist.
I knew that.
Okay.
But it's not this dude's.
Yes, sir.
It's not. No,
Yes,
it's
sir.
not.
And his-
this dude's great grandfather is Tennessee Williams.
No, sir.
or Charlie Daniels because of the beard on him.
No, they're a really cool group, though.
No, they're cool. Did you see him on Saturday Night
yeah,
Live?
Yeah, I watched both performances. That was
Right.
awesome. It's kind of cool because sometimes SNL would do a weird artist, like
Yeah.
that little blonde kid.
I was gonna say like the young kid.
Yeah, I was like, that was terrible.
Yes, I don't even know his name.
You know who he was? He was the one that would he recreated Lady Gaga's song, and he was a little kid on the piano in school.
Oh, he did great.
Paparazzi, and everybody was all, and he went viral.
Mm-hmm.
That's him.
So you think you would have liked him?
Right, it was terrible.
Okay.
But that country dude, awesome.
Yes, so he is awesome. Okay, so I do have some things, Larry Ulibarri,
On sports.
Yes.
How many hot dogs are we going to eat?
Yeah, well, we're not getting into that, but we do know by state the Super Bowl recipe that each state's searching for the most.
Okay.
7-layer dip is always a big thing on Super Bowls. And,
For
wings
sure.
probably. What are your guesses?
Yeah, I would say
recipes.
I would say wings, queso.
Okay.
Veggie tray.
But, no, that's
Veggie
not a
tray.
recipe you got to look up.
Oh, I mean, like you make your homemade ranch. You know?
Nice try, Bolty.
You know what? Sliders. I bet you, Bolty, you could make a good slider. Didn't you make sliders at Larry's house one time?
Yeah, I even
He's the
made 'em
burger
with
guy,
turkey.
right?
No, for
Or
sure.
chicken.
I'm
You
sure.
were out
No.
on the grill.
Because you weren't eating red meat at first. You didn't go full blown.
It's been a year since I stopped eating meat, but I still have burgers to fry. Quit kicking me out of the club. I have fake hot dogs too. I can fit right in with everybody else.
Okay. So the 4 most popular food searches
Okay.
were for chili.
Chili.
Sorry, that's my
So I
fart.
Yeah.
No, not that chili.
'cause she
Chili and
doesn't know
T-Boz.
what I do.
And wings.
Okay.
Okay. Sliders.
Love sliders. There's
Oh my
just, like-
God.
I love when I've been to a thing where there was slider buns and then 3 different things you could put on them.
Yes.
Like there's little slider burger, slider barbecue pork.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you could make a plate with 3 different sliders.
Chef David Bondarchuk, he does he did a bunch of different sliders one time, and it was you put a chipotle mayo in the coleslaw that goes on top of your
Ooh,
chicken
hell
slider,
yeah.
and then he
Yeah,
can,
you get into
there's
those
some
levels.
cool mixes out there
For sure.
So a sliders, shredded pork, and blah blah blah.
You know what's funny is when Chris and I eat now, it's so funny because we watch cooking shows.
Yeah.
So when I bring him his dinner, I'm like, Chef, tonight I have made you a tostada. It is made with a black bean.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, and I present it like the show. And then he takes a bite and he's all, I like how that marries. And so I'm like, and he goes, I'm like, thank you, Chef. He's
Thank
all,
you.
You're
Thank you, Chef.
dismissed. Boom, boom.
The other thing that is the most searched for food recipe: chilies, wings, sliders, and sausage cheese balls.
See, I wasn't that far off with the veggie
guess
tray
you-
custom dipping sauce.
No, veggie tray and sausage cheese balls are 2 totally different things,
See?
Producer Bolty.
What is a sausage cheese ball?
I was just going to ask you guys, what's a sausage
She's
cheese
looking
ball?
at our crotches.
Sounds delicious.
Sausage cheese ball. You tell me.
I have to see what this is.
I would
Because-
imagine it's with those little tasty videos, anything's possible.
True.
So it sounds like cheese inside of a meatball.
Easy sausage cheese ball recipes. Oh, they look delicious.
See, now she likes balls.
For
Normally,
once,
I'm not a
I
fan.
knew it. I just wonder what it was going to take.
Got to put cheese on it.
It looks like
Ball cheese.
It looks like it requires a pound of sausage and 4 cups of shredded cheddar cheese.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And more or less, let's see. You just mix it together, shape it into walnut-sized balls, place on a cookie sheet, and cook them.
I love.
Then you dip them.
I love balls. I loved when I ate meat. I loved those balls at IKEA.
Meatballs.
Right, in the brown sauce. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Swedish.
delicious.
Oh,
Swedish.
There's a Jimmy Dean sausage cheese ball recipe floating around out there if anybody wants to try that. That looks good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so for Colorado, we actually like to Google soup.
It's been cold.
Surprising number of people will be making soup for Super Bowl Sunday.
See, it's called Super Bowl.
I see that. I
Super
totally.
Bowl. And then
Mrs.
everybody get a big bowl of soup per bowl.
Super Bowl.
That
Ma-
doesn't sound good for a Super Bowl party. Everybody's sipping soup.
No, but I could see having a big crock pot of some
Something
hearty soup, right?
Yeah, let's just do queso then.
Mississippi searches for beef stew. Colorado, tortilla soup.
Oh, see, tortilla soup only works if you put a ton of cheese in it.
Oh, no, I like tortillas. Like, they have a good one at Hacienda. Various dips.
Hacienda.
Various dips were very popular. New Mexico was the 7-layer dip. Montana and Massachusetts. So Massachusetts where the Patriots are. Buffalo chicken dip.
Ooh.
It is good. Remember your friend Karen Knight
Yeah,
made
she
some
made
sort
a
of
big
buffalo.
thing where you use the celery stalks to dip in the
You
chicken.
had some of that.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
you? That was
Yeah.
good.
So good.
In Maine, clam dip. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Oh man, I just saw a TV show where there's a place in Maine. There's a ton of crab shacks, but this place gives you a pound of lobster on your lobster roll.
Wow.
A pound
That's a lot.
on one sandwich.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And finally, just some more sports news. Eagles fans, they like their hard liquor a lot more than Patriots fans. And 3 other things as to why they're different. They're twice as likely to prefer hard liquor.
Because they lose more than the Patriots.
That might be.
They're like, we've come so close. Let's drink.
They have a higher tolerance for the hard liquor. Let's see. They all have one beer in common. The top 3 beers the Eagles fans have are Corona, Heineken, and Yuengling.
Yingling.
Thank you. Yingling. What is that one?
Yingling.
That's an underage tauntaun in Star Wars.
Yingling.
A yingling. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble.
Hey, don't touch that Yingling. Get your hand off of
Gobble,
Yingling.
gobble.
Yingling.
Top 3 beers for Pats fans are Sam Adams, of course, Boston. Corona. They also
wow.
like their Corona. And Bud.
Wow, so Corona's actually become like the new Bud Light almost.
Patriots fans, their fan base is more spread out geographically. 55% of Pats fans live outside the Northeast. I didn't know that.
You know, for whatever reason, I think the people that make Corona, you know, there was a while there where you opened up the 12-pack and it would like open like a regular thing with perforated edges.
Okay.
And you could just
mean
rip open the top of the Corona
The cardboard box
Right.
that they come in?
But they stopped doing that years ago.
Okay.
And so now you have to just tear open the side and pull them out.
Okay.
I just want to know why they did that. Until I figure that out. I don't speak Spanish, but I will find you. Just like I called the Biscochita lady. I'll be like, hello. Are you the person who
No, you gotta do it in your
designed
voice.
the boxes?
You got to do it in the white guy voice.
Hello. Are you the person who designed the box for the 12-pack of Corona bottles?
See.
See. Can you say see?
See. Right. I know. See.
Why did you do this?
Carmel,
Right.
Luce,
Lemon.
Leche. And finally, Eagles fans are more likely to describe themselves as leaders and problem solvers. Patriots fans are more likely to describe themselves as
Winners. They're like, we don't problem solve. We already won.
We already won
That's
the
why
problem.
the Eagles fans are like, we got to win this
We don't
game.
have a
How are we
problem.
going to do it?
Patriots fans are more likely to describe themselves as punctual and patient.
Huh. He's all, you have to be very patient when you're cheating. You don't want anybody to know you did it.
Well, you do have to be patient as a Patriots fan because usually you're losing most of the game until the fourth quarter when Tom Brady kicks it into top
Right.
gear and you win.
Well, right. And then after, like, he winks at the refs, like, here we go.
Hey, you ready for Mr. Handsome?
Right.
Because he's coming.
Cheaty. Call or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
Hey, it's Thursday, and we have some amazing news. You're not as screwed as you thought you were.
Oh my God! If you're like complaining because you don't have any money,
Right, you're broke and your stuff is about to get turned off.
Yes.
It's okay.
it's okay because get ready for this, everybody. You're rich.
Really rich.
The poorest, a new study came out and said the poorest 5% of people in the United States, so the worst of the worst here in the United States, they are still richer, so you are still richer than 68% of the world.
Yay! Even though that does nothing
It
for you.
doesn't help you. Still not going to help you keep that water on.
You still have all those late bank fees.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and so, but hey, you're better off than what they're saying is that, like, there's a bunch of people still on the planet that live and have to walk and drink mud water.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So, as much as we all complain, if you look up, everybody's on a smartphone.
Right.
And those aren't cheap. And so everybody makes a priority to have one of those.
Yeah.
So you can complain about stuff, but, you know, don't complain too much. You could be drinking mud water and having to walk like a couple miles to get it. Or you could live in a war zone. I just saw something where, like, these people live in, like, bombed out, you know, near the Gaza Strip. And it's just like, just bombed out buildings as far as the eye can see. It's just,
Yeah,
and then
no,
some
it's
people
sad.
kind of start living back in there, and it's just crazy. And they dig all these tunnels to try to get food and supplies
Oh, no,
in and
it's-
stuff.
it's crazy.
Insane.
Right.
And so, yeah, you definitely have it better than you thought you did.
Yes, and if you're a girl, you get to go to school. A lot of girls in a lot of countries don't get to go to school.
This break is about appreciating what we have.
Yeah, exactly. So I
And
have
being
more
thankful.
stuff. Right. So I have more stuff to share some love, some
good
good news
positive.
with everybody. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you can tell when you hug somebody. I hug. So
Right.
when you hug, I was always told, like, if you really mean it, you go heart. You connect your heart to their heart. So you go. Isn't that silly? I totally do that.
This is what's funny is so many guys have benefited from that because guys love hugging Kathie.
Yeah,
and
they
it
do.
There's a buffer between her heart and her,
Yeah.
and like so you get this nice. Oh, so that's where your heart is.
But I mean,
You're very
I'm
loving.
happy to share them.
You're very
Because,
loving. You're
you
like
know-
my sister, and my mom is huggy. My mom-in-law, God rest her soul, isn't that what you're supposed to have?
Yes.
R.I.P.
Uh-huh.
She was very huggy, and so like there was a time where I was anti-huggy, but then I was like, man, if that's the worst thing they're gonna do to me is hug me,
Right.
I have a problem.
I know,
and that's when I started rejecting kisses.
Yes.
because kisses were always coming my way from my mom and sister and
They kiss.
mother-in-law,
Yes.
and lips.
Yeah.
Even the lady from Comedy Works.
I was going to say
likes
Mel from
kiss.
Comedy Works. She kisses
Right.
on the lips.
And so now I embrace that. I give big hugs back.
Yeah.
Like, let me kiss me if you want.
I also remember your mother-in-law always wanted to take photos, and you hated it.
Well, it's like.
But now you realize it's nice to have those photos to look back on.
No, for sure. Exactly. Because you're like, oh, I was really skinny there. And you're like, oh my God, I was not skinny there. Oh, I was skinnier. Oh,
I remember
was not
thinking
skinny
I
there.
was fat, but
Right,
I looked great in that
skinny
photo.
there. Right. Appreciate. That's another thing. Appreciate your skinny. Because everybody's metabolism is slowing down. And I know nobody wanted to talk about it. And thank God we weren't on the air after the day after the Grammys, because Rihanna is definitely thick. And
That was her that was up there with
Right.
Kesha, right?
Yeah.
Or was that Rita Ora?
No, I didn't. I don't know.
Okay.
She was the one that she was with the
Right. And her boob almost fell out.
right. And she
During-
looked
yeah.
so hot. And like, I'm sorry, thick on her is not thick.
Right.
You know what I mean? She didn't have a double chin.
No.
Nothing like that. But she gets thick in all the right places.
Yeah.
To me, that makes her hotter.
Definitely.
But like my whole thing is that we've only seen her working since she started, and she's always been skinny, blah, blah, blah. So she finally takes a break, as anybody would, and you'd sit there and go, I'm going to enjoy my life, and hell yeah, I'm going to have that extra piece of pizza that my personal chef just made me.
Right.
And hell, I'm not going to the gym maybe as hardcore, or
Right.
I'm not touring, so I don't have all this dancing. So then, she becomes comfortably a little bit, and then I looked at her, I was like, because she was standing next to the
I
big
can't believe
fat.
you're dissing Rihanna.
No, I'm not dissing her. I said she looked better.
Okay, so she's standing next to the big fat.
DJ.
They call it.
Right. And so I was like, I was thinking, man, she definitely looks thick. And then she danced next to him, and I was like, she should be nothing. She's usually nothing next to him.
You're right.
She's like a twig. And so she was like, move over.
No
Dancing
way.
coming my way.
No way. Shut up.
Oh, no, but did anybody else notice that she is
No.
super thick?
Definitely.
But I mean, super hot. Not a double chin.
Still super hot.
Right. It's like a pregnant lady. There's a ton of girls that I've seen recently that are pregnant that only are pregnant in their belly. It's like, where's your ass? Where's your Kardashian pregnancy? Where's your Kim blow up? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And some girls don't blow up like that.
No, and they're just lucky.
Right. And so I think Rihanna definitely still has a skinny head. You know what I mean? But she just looked thicker. Like her boobies look big.
Yeah.
I think she looked hot. So that's all I'm saying.
Are we ready to share
Okay,
more love?
That was positive. Like, be thick,
That
ladies.
wasn't positive.
Yes, it was. Be thick, girls. Enjoy it. Enjoy that second piece of pizza.
Anyway,
Because you're Rihanna and your metabolism is croaking off.
back to the hugs.
Okay. Yeah, I love hugging.
So you can tell if a hug is meaningful by which side of the body you lean on.
Okay.
Researchers analyzed 2,000 hugs and found that when people hug on the left side, so your face goes over their left shoulder, which is heart to heart,
Okay.
their hugs are more meaningful and emotional. Yay!
Okay, that's good.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Hugs on the right are a lot more casual. The right side of our brain controls our emotions and the left side of the body. So when we're emotional, you swing left. Isn't that crazy?
Usually,
Think about it. I mean, just I'm totally gonna think. I'm going to analyze every
and
hug.
hug now. But I like the hugs where, like, I can tell when somebody's loving on me when they, first of all, it's a hug you can feel.
Yes.
And then you release first.
Right.
And so they're like, nope, this
Still
ain't over.
hugging.
Right. So that's
Still
when
hugging.
I feel like the most love from a hug. Like,
Oh.
that person really loves me.
I'm
Oh.
gonna hug the shit out of you after this.
We don't say the S word. We
Sorry.
don't.
Producer
just-
Balti, we don't say the S word
I
anymore.
love you a lot.
Put $1 in the cuss jar. All the dollars that go in the cuss jar go to a program to teach kids not to cuss.
Oh, I thought it was just going to go to more of the breakfast from the Super Bowl bet.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, we had somebody that said typically only advertisers can't say Super Bowl unless they're an official sponsor. So you guys were okay to say
No,
it.
I'm telling you.
I know. I do
we've
think
worked
they're
at radio
wrong.
stations, and they get a memo, and they say you have to say the big game.
Yeah, you can't even say the word
For
Super Bowl.
sure. And it's only because, they want to milk those dollars for whoever is spending money. So if everybody can say Super Bowl, then what's the point of them being able to charge ridiculous sums of money for it?
Yeah, but you think you'd want everybody just saying that word. I mean, it's...
I know, but it's like a coveted thing. Like if you buy in and now you get the right to say Super Bowl in your commercial.
Yeah, right.
Just,
okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah.
Right.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Bossy Hooch, we love you. She says, I agree with Kathie. Hell no to Brittany.
Oh, that's not cool.
She said she'd be very disappointed if she showed up.
Okay, that's just being a hater.
No,
because
it's the truth.
I know, but if we all went in a time machine, we were all thumping her. We all loved Brittany. We loved Justin when they broke up. Oh, and then imagine if he's on stage, right?
Oh,
and then
God.
he's like, cry me a river, yeah.
No, it's not going to happen. Stop trying to choreograph this.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's not going to happen.
Totally.
No.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
Happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and this is the weekend of the big game. Pretty excited.
Yes.
We're going to get together and snack.
You're going to snack. Misty says on the text line, I'm totally making the sausage cheese balls for Sunday. They're amazing and my favorite. They never make it past the first quarter. That's how good they are.
You know, I could recreate those because they do have a fake, like Jimmy Dean like sausage that tastes just like it, and I have my faux cheese, so I really could make those.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, and then I'll make some regular for you people.
Okay. No, you just make yours.
No.
Make yours.
I definitely am okay with, because Chris eats cheese. You know what I mean?
This one is disgusting, and somebody sent us a picture of it and said, oh my God, why is this the thing? It's called the Flayed Man Cheese Ball. And what it is it's a huge lump of cheese.
It looks like a man.
Cream cheese, probably a cheese ball of cream cheese. And then you wrap it in prosciutto so it looks like
face. It looks like somebody's whose skin got ripped off.
Yes, and then 2 olives for the eyeballs.
It looks like, that
Ew.
exhibit that comes to the museum that has all the dead body parts.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and then there was a different version of it.
Ew, that's disgusting. Could you imagine digging into that?
Like if somebody brings that, they eat people. Like,
Right, they got issues.
Right.
Don't
question
invite them back.
in the missing person case. That's weird. Yeah, that's a little over the top, but we definitely are going to snack. I mean, even though that's why I've managed to go plant-based and gain weight.
Right.
It's like I still will throw down. Don't worry, Kathie, you'll thrive at my house.
I don't know if I'll be coming.
Oh, you're not coming?
No, because I think we have people coming over to JJ's house or to our house.
So
My husband has his family, so
we have
might.
rival parties.
No, it's not. It's not. Trust me. Like if they're going to be there, that means they can watch the kids, and I'm going to go upstairs and take a nap.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think you should get in the car and come to my house, and I'll make one of those face cheese things.
No, the flayed cheese man.
Right.
Whoa. Have you seen the new Super Bowl commercial that's going to be coming out I teased you about it, but now they're showing it. Morgan Freeman and Peter
Oh my
Dinklage.
God, it was so hilarious.
Yeah, so it's between Doritos and Mountain Dew.
And Morgan
it's a lip
Freeman,
sync.
right? Morgan Freeman's repping for
Missy Elliott.
and
Peter
Mountain
Dinklage is
Dew.
repping in Mountain Dew.
And Dinklage is repping for Doritos.
And Busta Rhymes.
Right.
And
so it's so dope.
It's pretty awesome. I have to say, as much as I love Peter Dinklage because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, I think the Morgan Freeman
He
Missy
won.
Elliott kills it.
But it's this epic like battle, and they come together in the middle. It's super
Because
dope.
the Doritos are hot and the new Mountain Dew is cold.
So you need to eat a Dorito and then cool it down with some Mountain Dew.
So you haven't seen it yet, Bolte?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have cable.
Oh, right.
That's
Well, it was on the nightly news last night, so you just had to see it.
there's a new. They're promoting the new Dorito flavor, and it's called Blazin'. It's called Blaze.
Okay.
And so I was like, anytime I see any new Dorito, I can sense it right away because I know all the colors of the bag.
Yeah.
So it's like purple bag, then it's completely ruined because it's surrounded by flames. So I know I'm not going to be able to enjoy that chip. It's going to be way too hot. So I just get a little sad inside. It's like Doritos. Not all of us want to burn our butt
Right. I think
Some
you
of
had-
us do.
Yeah, I was going to say, you like hot stuff, don't you, Producer
I like
Bolte?
to cry. Like, make it hurt.
I like to cry. This is
If I'm not sweating,
good.
it's not good.
Oh my God! But don't you find that later on you pay the price?
Oh
for that?
yeah, I pay.
Right. That's when you really cry.
Yeah.
Into that towel that's on in the bathroom.
I dab. I don't wipe at that point.
oh, gross.
Too much information.
Gross. Hey, so let's talk about gambling and cheating.
Cheating. Well, isn't it like
All the stuff that makes the world go round.
wasn't it a Monopoly thing?
Yeah, so I have two things. First of all, Nevada casinos made a record $26.2 billion with a B dollars in gambling revenue last year.
Oh, so I guess the economy's doing better.
Oh, I guess everybody's going to waste their money.
Everybody's going to see Britney lip sync and then have a free buffet.
The casinos made $26 billion in gambling revenue last year. It's an all-time record. It beat out 2007, back before the recession hit.
Okay.
Let's see. Penny slots were very profitable.
Right, because they're not really a penny when you do the,
max bet. You're all of a
it's
sudden
like
betting
$6.
$5. Right.
Right, you're like, what?
I've been suckered. Like, they're lucky that I don't know math, that I'm not good at math. 'cause
I know,
I'm like,
but you know what's good about not knowing math?
What?
When you win and you're like, what did I win? And you're trying to do the math.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, wow, you won $10,000. You're like, what?
Okay, that's only happened to you once.
I know. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he relives
still
the
cool.
moment. It is
Two
very
guys in a
cool.
suit showed up in the suits and they just handed me the cash.
Wow.
And then my mom was freaking out. She's like, people are following us.
Yeah,
I was
right.
Like, nobody's following us, Mom. She thought some 50-year-old lady was gonna try to attack us. I was
Well,
like,
she probably was.
she's
You
somebody's
got to be
mother.
on guard. You have $10,000 in your pocket. Blackjack. Those tables brought in $1.2 billion.
Wow. I like roulette. Did it say what roulette did?
Craps were $394 million. Dollar slots were $516. Roulette was the lowest with the money coming in, $367 million. I'm sorry, actually, Pai Gow Poker
Okay.
was the lowest,
Okay.
but roulette was $367. But still, not bad.
Yeah. When I play roulette, I'm always going 0, 00, and then in between. Because if you look when you're playing, you look at all the people that are playing roulette, and you see all those numbers, zeros definitely pop up. And if you see one there's no zeros, it's coming. You know what I mean? And it can take a while, but it hits 0. And then I also play. I know the numbers of the. It got so frustrating because if you're one off from 0 left or right, I play those numbers as well, so I don't have to be sad if it comes close to 0.
Oh, gotcha.
So I play the 27, the 28, and then the 2 and the 3. And so that really covers the whole range of that area if it's going to go one.
What
or
happens
other.
all of a sudden it hits 4 and 1?
Then you're sad.
You just would have
I
played
know,
it
but
again
I also
later out.
I also do the bottom 3. I do the top 3. So I do 1, 2, 3,
how
4.
much is one of your bets for the roulette game?
Like if you're going, if you want to really make some money and see some
you
movement,
put like 30 down
well,
for
no,
a
like
bet?
some tables are like dollar chips as long as you buy in at least $10 or more. Or something.
Yeah.
So those could be dollar chips, but you're going to definitely see more movement if you use $5 chips and man up.
What's the biggest you've ever won, Producer Bolte?
On roulette, probably $100.
No, just in general, gambling.
Oh, like going?
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
Because if I double what I take, I'm done.
At a slot, or where did
No,
you
I
win
play
your money?
blackjack.
Do you?
But the best odds are in roulette. If you can go black or red,
You got it.
50-50. That's
no,
the-
that's usually all I manage to do. I'll throw down here's my lucky number, and then black or red.
I don't see color. So I do numbers.
Shut up.
Right.
Shut up. Well, speaking of playing games and stuff, one last thing. Monopoly, playing games.
Okay.
We've all played Monopoly.
Right, for sure. It's classic. And I love people that still keep those games going.
Yep.
Because sometimes you think, oh, it's all turned to video games. But no, people at parties and stuff will still crack that stuff out. And I love Monopoly.
Right. Or families still have game night,
Yep.
where they're just hanging out with their kids, no technology.
Or like when you have other couples over and you play games.
Okay, so Monopoly is now making a new edition, and it's specifically designed for cheaters.
Oh, what?
Which, to me, I have to be honest, I always cheated. in Monopoly. Like if
How did by robbing the bank?
If somebody went to the bathroom, I totally would take an extra hotel. If somebody, maybe
Note
some
to
extra
self.
dollars. Yeah, don't ever let me be the banker. I'll, because
I'm all, wow, she lasted forever.
Yep.
And she only owns 3 properties.
And usually it is near the end. I'm sick of the game, so I want to hurry up and get it over with. So it's like, you obviously can't beat me. I have 20 hotels.
Right. I've been to the point where I'm like, I have to produce. Who wants my property?
Right. I've been with you when you've done that.
Right. Here, you have this, you have this. I'm over it.
He hands over the cards
Right.
and he's out.
Right.
Yeah, that's the fastest liquidation sale ever. But this new Monopoly special edition that you can get, it's got a special deck of cheat cards.
Oh, so in other words, like if that card comes up, now I can take your property.
Everybody pulls a cheat card before the game, and they have different challenges, including steal money from the bank, remove a hotel from someone else's property.
I like it.
Okay, I've done that. Have you done that?
So a hotel's hard.
But then somebody goes, usually it's the houses.
Yeah, you have to downgrade to houses before you can take a hotel.
And somebody's like, hey, where did my house go? Another cheat card.
This is where everybody's in on it, though. So they know that you're going to take their house. Okay.
Another one is you can move another player's token instead of your own on your turn. So if you know that your turn is about to put you in jail, move the other person to jail.
Or if you know they're coming toward your you're going toward their property.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to.
That would work, right? So you don't have to pay somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Or another cheat card is give somebody less money than you owe them.
Okay.
And if you successfully pull off the cheat without getting caught, okay, so that people don't know.
Okay.
Everybody knows that somebody's going to be cheating in the game, but you don't know where or when.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, then now you're going to be all paranoid.
So if you can pull off the cheat without getting caught, you get a reward. And that's when you slam your card down and go, ha,
Bad bitch.
But if you do get caught, you go to jail.
Okay. So it's like, oh, where are you going there, Butterfingers Kathie? It's like, I see you taking from the till.
The Monopoly Cheaters Edition is scheduled to come out in the fall. So
You know
just
what?
in time for Christmas, it should be about $20. That's great. I totally would play that. Bolty's looking at me like he's all mad.
I think you should steal it.
That would actually be funny.
Right. And be like, ha ha.
Ha-ha. I am the winner. Blazing Hit Radio.
Now with more us.
They're just really funny.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
Okay, so I know somebody that we know.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm not giving names, no gender, nothing. But I know somebody who recently broke a toilet seat.
What?
Yeah, they sat on it and they broke a toilet seat.
Are you kidding me?
So then I was like, hey, that's when you knew you had to lose weight. So then I put on Facebook, I knew I had to lose weight when. And so we're not going to try to get
That's where this came from?
Well, yeah, because I was like, don't feel bad. I was like, maybe it was like broke first.
Right. Maybe it was already coming loose. Maybe it was an old toilet seat and you just rubbed it wrong. You settled on it wrong.
Right. Maybe there was a hairline fracture in it
right.
first.
And you weren't aware of it.
Right,
And it
you're
was
the
cold and then the temperature got turned up by your butt.
Right.
Right.
Trying to, So then I posted it and then, it just was funny because, everybody has that one thing, it's like, I knew I was fat when.
Right.
And it's like, sometimes it's just as simple as, trying to tie your shoe.
Yeah, no,
right.
for sure.
Or sometimes you broke
Okay.
something. Or sometimes somebody said something to you.
Okay.
Which is
All
kind of
right.
cool.
Okay. So let me read to you what everyone's been saying on Facebook because everybody's brutally honest.
Right.
And I have one.
Right. We all have one.
Okay. I knew I was fat when. Armio says, when clipping my toenails got harder. Reaching and my belly was touching my legs, and then they did the horror emoji.
That's when you just let them grow and then they start poking out your shoes.
You're right. A lot of moms, poor things, they always realize they were fat when their child asks where their new baby brother or sister were.
That's cold-blooded.
Right, totally.
Because they're innocent and they're like, oh, I'm getting a baby brother or sister. It's like, no, mom had a Whopper and Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Leave
mommy alone. You know how stressed out I am. It's the cortisol from all the stress that my body's holding on to. Bianca, this is a nice way to find out you have to lose weight. My husband gave me a birthday gift, a trip to Hawaii.
Oh, so in other words, damn, I got to get skinny.
No, I'm going to, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's something to
Look forward
inspire
to,
you.
right.
Yeah, like I'm going to be in a swimsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's a nice gift.
Raphael says he knew he had to lose weight when he ate 12 tacos and half a torta, and he didn't regret it.
Wow, 12 tacos.
12 tacos.
That's a little crazy. I think I could probably dust off.
I was going to say, what's the most amount of tacos you can throw down? Producer Bolty, you're a grown boy.
Like the little, like a grande meal at Taco Bell.
How
Those
many
tacos,
come with that?
I think 10 or 12.
What?
Are you talking about the box of tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can do half crunchy, half soft. I guess I could dust off 3 soft and maybe 2 crunchy.
So you're
Or being
going
a
5 or
pig.
6 tacos.
I guess, yeah. If
And you're saying you can do, so you can
I
do
could
a dozen.
do a box. It wouldn't be the best time, but
oh, yes.
do it.
You'd have to eat the last 3 on the toilet.
Yeah.
What about you? You got out of it?
I'll tell you mine in a second.
Okay.
Nikki says,
No, I just want to know how many tacos you could eat.
oh, I only do like 2 or 3. I can't, yeah. But trust me, that's just not my thing.
That's because she had a pound of queso and chips first.
Exactly. If we
Right.
were talking other stuff, I could probably beat a lot of people. Nikki says, when my 4-year-old told me that I looked like that it looked like there was a marshmallow on my tummy. Regina says, when my doctor told me I was high risk for diabetes.
Wow.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure. Then you're like, gosh, I have to.
Yes. When my Tarina says, when my vet told me my doggy had to lose 5 pounds or see a doggy nutritionist, and I started losing weight with him.
Oh, that's cute.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen those stories where like somebody that was chubby adopted a dog and the dog got him in shape.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome
Those
because
are
you have
awesome.
a purpose now. You
Right.
got to go out, exercise the
Yay.
dog.
And you saved the dog's life, and then the dog saved your life.
A lot of people said when the clothes don't fit, jeans, whatever.
Right, that's why you have to have a plethora of sizes. Like in our closet, it looks like a store. You're like
Right.
small, medium section, large, extra large.
When my workout clothes were tight, Cassandra says when I couldn't fit my uniform pants for work, ain't nobody got more money for pants. Maurice, I love you, Maurice. Maurice says when I looked at the entire restaurant menu and told the waiter, okay. Allison says when my 2-year-old called me boobs belly.
Oh,
Boobs belly. There
that's
you
not
go.
a compliment.
Right. When Grandpa asked me if I was pregnant.
okay, that's
Mean.
well, yeah, but like the thing is, it's like I hope Grandpa actually thought that and wasn't trying to make a crack. But then that's super sad if he thought that. Like, hey, Mija, when are we having this baby? Yeah, but like some old people start to get salty, and my grandma, I remember her telling my friend who she was nice with. My friend was always nice to her. Of all the people in this whole house, this person catered to my grandma the most, like
Yes.
because she cared for seniors.
Okay, right.
So she was always like,
She
Helen,
was
are
the
you okay?
caregiver. She
Are you
was the-
okay?
right.
And then so salty grandma at one point out of nowhere just said, hey, Karen, when are you going to lose the weight? And like it was like crickets. You could have just heard a pin drop.
Horrible.
And then we were like, wow, old people are mean.
Right, they can say whatever they want.
Right, exactly.
This one's horrible. Sherry says, I realized I had to lose weight or I got fat when my 3-year-old son told me I looked like the lady on Jerry Springer.
Ooh. And all those ladies on Jerry Springer are fat.
Right? It's always some skinny little crackhead dude and a fat lady.
Right.
Right.
For sure.
And sometimes it's a fat lady that's up to like her 13th guy trying to find out who the father is.
Exactly.
It's like, wow, you just gave all that loving to whoever.
Right. And you just gave 12 guys a free trip to the Maury Povich set.
Yeah, right. Exactly. James says, when I can't breathe, I'm trying to tie my shoes.
Yeah, that's when you know you need to lose weight, when you start making noise for regular things.
Right.
It's like, yeah, exactly. You're like, huh. There's a video I saw recently of some big fat guy in Hollywood somewhere, and he's like obviously in movies or music or something, and he can't get out of his Lamborghini. He's too fat.
Are you kidding?
He's rolling, he's trying. It looks like a turtle on his back.
That's
and he
hilarious.
finally just rolls out of it. He literally rolls out of it, but it takes him like 5 minutes.
He should have got he should have got the Bentley truck.
Right.
You should have, right?
Something.
You just slide down out of it.
Oh, hilarious.
Although I was in Beverly Hills yesterday and there was a lot of, like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all that crap driving down the street. There was even a Ferrari limo
Whoa, what
It
does
was
that
yellow.
look like?
It was, imagine just a Ferrari stretched right out.
That's crazy.
And then the chick was hanging out of the sunroof, and it looked like she was just standing.
Right, because Ferraris are so little.
Right, and the sunroof was like below her, like it was like at her crotch level. It was dangerous looking.
Yeah, like Lamborghinis are at your hip.
Yeah, totally. So you think, wow, it is really low.
Yeah.
When you're up close to one of them, you go, Jesus, what do you lie down in this thing?
Well, if you feel fat, you can. We'll read more here.
Yeah,
coming
we got
up,
good ones.
But you can send us those right now on the text line 303-728-3420. I knew I was fat when.
Hey, camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Sponsored by the Mike Sawyer Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW. Here's Kathie J.
Wow, Larry, check this out. The station. Okay, so remember the guy who sued Taylor Swift for the butt grab, the DJ, Jackson.
Right, and then she won in court.
Yes, and we used to work with Jackson, so we knew personally that he was a pig.
Right, and even though we defended Taylor Swift, she never sent us flowers because we didn't happen to be by the courthouse with sticky notes.
It would have been nice. We should have sent her flowers and all that stuff that they did.
Right, and that guy, I was thinking he would never work again because who's going to hire a guy like him?
A pig, right. And then the way he did the Sacagawea coin to pay off the debt.
Dick.
Like he just didn't let it die.
Dick
right.
move.
Mm-hmm. Well, a station did hire him, Larry. A station in Mississippi.
Okay, they're like, we love to grab ass. They're all, can we smell your hand? Does it still smell like Taylor? Oh, yeah.
I hate to say it, but you're totally fitting into the stereotype, Mississippi, by hiring this pig.
Right. No, for sure. Especially if he does well there or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he could still get hired and still not perform. People could still be like, you suck.
Well, people do think that.
Oh,
so
cool.
according to TMZ, on his third day on the job, the station got a bomb threat and had to evacuate the entire building because the bomb threat.
Wow.
It was emailed in. So that's
how
kind of stupid
hardcore-
because they'll be able to find you in an email, right?
Unless if you're like some super whiz or whatever
Right.
and you can hide it. But, it was like a Swiftie fan, like a Taylor Swift
Well,
person.
they said that the email, the threatening email was directly related to him being hired, and it possibly was a Taylor Swift fan.
It was probably her mom. She was really pissed.
Right, she was really pissed
for
at
being
him.
grilled.
So wow, he found a job in Mississippi.
Well, and then that station's like, look, we're already getting press for it.
That's why I didn't say their name.
Right.
I just said it was a station in Mississippi. So Kathy Griffin, remember her, the redhead, the funny little redhead lady?
Yeah, I think that she took way too big of a hit for going off on that Trump thing where she held the bloody head up.
Right.
And like, that's fine if people were offended by that. And she did get a lot of grief, lost a couple gigs or whatever. But
Lost
I mean,
a lot of friends.
Right. But I think like that people have done way worse and come back, especially a comedian.
And that's what Kathy Griffin is now coming out and saying. She's saying that, wow, guys can mess up and they get chance after chance after chance to come back.
Right.
A female messes up and she is just immediately demonized and nobody wants to deal with her.
Well, her problem is, it's like, I think that she's also being judged on her lack of hotness. Like, in other words,
right, like she's an
older,
Mm-hmm.
and so people are like not as like eager to be like, hey, here's a second chance. They're just like, go away, old lady.
Yeah. I still want to know what plastic surgery she had done, who did it, because they were amazing, because she was aging really bad. And then all of a sudden, she lost some weight and came back with like this great body.
Right.
And her face was pulled in all the right ways.
They probably put a bunch of like Fix-A-Flat in her face.
They probably did.
No, but I remember I got to announce her on stage for one of her shows.
Yeah.
And so I met her backstage.
I was with you.
And I remember that being like horrific. I was
In
like,
person.
do not stand in any sort of light.
But I do remember she was nice as hell.
No, super cool
Yeah.
and terribly funny. And like, she's like the person, like her stand-up is just hilarious. She just bashes all celebrities.
I love it. She was the one that was always like, oh, so-and-so, is she here?
Right.
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 It was just really funny. But she would talk honestly about celebrities.
I think she should be given another chance.
Okay, well, she's trying to get another chance. And so she's
going to be on Princess Cruise Ship.
Hollywood Reporter did an interview with her and stuff. And She said they asked her, "What did you do New Year's Eve since you weren't doing your gig with Anderson Cooper?"
Right. She was betrayed by her other gay friend who took the gig.
Andy Cohen.
Right.
So she said that she was at home having relations with her man, who's some rich producer guy.
Okay.
So whatever. Then, she went on and slammed Anderson and Andy.
Oh, no.
The gays who abandoned her.
Well, they kind of did.
Oh, Anderson Cooper dropped her like a hot kettle.
Right.
Is that a term?
I don't know. It sounded good to me. I was going to go with it.
Thank you. We're going with
Dropped her like a hot kettle.
Thank you, guys.
And
right, like you steal iron, you just want to hurry up and drop it.
Ow, it's hot.
Right.
Thank you.
You didn't get the pot holder, and now it's like it's a hot kettle. And now there's hot water everywhere.
Everywhere, and you got to clean that up. Yeah, thank you. Okay,
But
good.
now the floors are clean. They've never been this clean.
Look at him shine. So she said that when she finally watched Anderson and Andy, do their New Year's Eve thing, she said they were a dumpster fire. Ouch.
Oh, so you just stand there and watch it burn?
Like it was prolonging death. Like it was just horrible. She said that she's a lot more talented than Andy Cohen. She and Andy Cohen are longtime friends. I don't know why she's slamming him.
Yeah, but see, Andy Cohen isn't like super funny guy. He's not a comedian.
Right, but he has
his moments. No, I know.
Right.
But you knew it was going to be different.
Yes.
It wasn't going to be the craziness that her and Anderson Cooper always have.
Right, because Anderson was the straight news guy and she was funny slapstick, haha, tell it like it is.
Right.
Whereas Andy is tell it like it is, but he just doesn't. You're right. He doesn't do it as funny.
Right. He's not as
his are more mean,
sarcastic.
clean.
Right. He's like he's not bum like all these great jokes.
So Kathie said that she has a lot more experience than Andy, and she couldn't believe that he was chosen to replace her. And Andy Cohen has slammed Kathie before, so now she finally wanted to get back to him and say that I have more qualifications than Andy.
That's your clap back, man. If you're going to clap back, it should have been hilarious.
She said, I'm a 57-year-old woman who should command respect. I have the hardware, and I certainly have more qualifications than him.
All right, that's great. Nobody cares.
And she does live in a $10 million mansion, but she always wants to put it out there. She's proud of the fact that she paid cash for it because she came from nothing, hence the D-list show that she had where nobody ever wanted to give her respect in the first place, whatever.
That's brilliant because I can't even imagine if you didn't pay it in one lump sum, how big your house payment is.
Right.
For a $10 million
when
house.
you don't have money coming
right,
in.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably the smart thing for you to pay for that. Yeah. And Wonder Woman has turned out to be the highest grossing World War I movie so far. It almost made $413 at the box office. War Horse. Oh, I couldn't even watch it because the horse. I don't know how people were able to watch that.
What, is it a different movie, War Horse?
Yeah, it was. Remember a couple years ago?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to watch that because.
Exactly.
But then you think because sometimes now movies are like, let's do the horse falling digitally, and you're like, that looked like a video game.
That was stupid.
Right. So why even show the horse fall? Chris and I just saw Wonder Woman again.
Yes.
For the first time since the one time we saw it at the theater.
And.
Amazing.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
Right. I can't say anything about Black Panther, everybody, until February 6th, which I think is next Tuesday.
Yeah, but do a dance of how you would feel about the movie. Like how excited you would be. Oh, that's a good dance.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Oh, she's doing good.
She's getting it.
Yeah, we can't say anything.
I mean,
but it's a really good
not.
dance.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, you mentioned that the other night at the Grammys, Rihanna looked like she gained a little weight.
In a good way. Like she really looked like thicker than we've ever seen her, and we met her when she was on the come up, and she's always been skinny because she's never stopped working. So I would imagine
she's getting high and eating.
Exactly, and her metabolism slowing down a little
right.
bit, and you're flying first class, or you're enjoying it, or maybe you even got a boo.
Right.
And once you get a boo, sometimes we're gonna put on 10 pounds together.
Right, we're hanging out. Let's go out to eat.
Oh my God, we're having lunch dessert.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're breaking a toilet seat.
Who broke the toilet seat?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm not even revealing
gender. Did I
gender.
break a toilet seat once? No, somebody else did. Who was it?
No, it was the guy Smith. He's the director. He's like
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Yes.
He broke a toilet.
That's
and that's
right.
when he knew he needed to lose weight.
He was too fat.
He's all, I broke a toilet.
It wasn't when he got fat shamed on the airline,
No,
on
no.
the airplane, and
Right.
needed to buy 2 seats.
Right,
that
that wasn't it. It was
when you
breaking
broke
the
the toilet.
toilet.
Which, that is,
Right.
again.
And then he lost some weight.
Yeah, he did. He looks fabulous. Right?
There you go.
So, speaking of losing weight, not Rihanna, but
Oh, right.
DJ Khaled.
Right, and he was standing next to Rihanna, so that's when you knew, he's either a tiny fat person or she's a tall, thick person.
I think it's both. He's short, she's tall.
Right, he's like the big toe. Like, everybody take your shoe off
He's the
and
big-
look at your big toe, and the next toe is Rihanna.
Oh my
She's
God, that's
taller,
perfect. That's
but
perfect.
not,
Not
yeah.
as thin
Right, okay.
as the other toes
Right,
going down the line.
She's not the pinky, but yeah.
Okay, so
DJ Khaled.
So Khaled, if you didn't know, he's this year's spokesperson for Weight Watchers.
He's the fattest guy ever.
So
He's promoting male Weight Watchers.
Yes.
And
Yes.
whoever thought that would be the play? Because for the most part, guys that are making hits like him, they want to do Ciroc or whatever.
and he does that.
right.
Him
but
and Diddy.
I know,
right.
but some people are about making their money. So if you
he's
get
about making the money.
right, so he reaches out to so many people, they're going to pay him top dollar.
Yes, and he is letting it all hang out, literally. Like, you can go to his social media. I think I even saw something on, I don't know where it was, maybe Entertainment Tonight. He, totally, had his shirt off for the first weigh-in. Did you see that, Volty?
Isn't that weird that they'll not blur those boobs? But you throw one
And they
real
were
boob.
seen.
Right.
It's all those big rappers like Fat Joe, Big Pun.
Right.
They like, Rick Ross.
They own it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But it's like, if you go and he goes into the weigh-in meetings and stuff like this, he's going to pull a gun on you. He's like, tilt the scale.
Get to the scale.
Well, the other thing is, how Oprah, she's part owner of Weight Watchers, and she's doing all her
She still
commercials,
is,
and
yeah.
she's all tacos, bread, soups.
What is it? Freestyle?
Right,
Is that
freestyle.
That's the term.
Yeah.
It's freestyle with Weight Watchers.
Right. So I'm like, you joined over a year ago, and you're still freestyling it. Like, you should have been bone thin by now.
No, Larry.
If you stick with the program. But I think Oprah came in going, listen, this isn't all about me losing weight.
I just bought a bunch of your stock.
Right, exactly.
So my real goal is to just make the money.
Well, and
my wallet's getting fatter.
And everybody knows, like, if you've ever been thick and you've had to take pictures or, like, be on TV like
Right.
you or whatever, you do those, like, you try to do things that, like, make you dress things, dress thinner. And then during that taco commercial, you could tell that she's, like, putting her arms up to stretch herself out. So she's all, tacos! And she's all, hurry, film, tacos! And then the next shot is like, I definitely think, like, after she's done filming, they like to cut her out of that outfit. And then she's like, where are those tacos?
When I see Oprah, I see that she's definitely lost weight.
Okay, I just
definitely
think that
see it.
I
She's
think,
got big boobs, so it's
again,
keeping her.
she bought the company a year ago. She should look super thin.
No, now she lost. Now she's happy, and she's just going to maintain with freestyle.
I'd love to hire a private investigator to follow her and go, oh, I'm pretty sure that place wasn't on the menu.
Yeah, you're right.
And then have somebody in, like, fatigues looking at her house with binoculars.
Down in the
Yep,
ground.
She's eating pudding. It's regular pudding.
Regular Swiss Miss.
Right.
Well, Khaled is down 26 pounds, but he's got a long way to go.
Right. So
We'll see in a year how he looks.
which is ironic because Rihanna is up 26 pounds.
Yeah.
So for every pound he lost, she found
gains.
it.
We knew where it went.
Call or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
We're getting more comments about people knew they were fat when.
Yes.
This one says, I knew I was getting fat when my steering wheel was connected to my stomach and I couldn't turn the wheel. Okay, so
Yeah, that's crossed the line.
yeah, like we knew a guy that was like so fat that
How fat was he? Doesn't that sound
Right. He was so fat that he had to steer his steering wheel in little increments.
Oh.
And so he would steer it and his stomach would hit the horn as he turned. So every time he turned a corner, it would go beep, 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 beep. And I was dying. I was laughing. And then he would go right, beep, 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 beep. And so everybody that's driving around him is like, what a dick.
Right. Why is he hitting his horn the whole
because
time?
his belly was hitting.
Beep, 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 beep,
And
beep.
then he eventually had one, because everybody would laugh about it.
Yeah.
And then he finally got revenge. He got one of those Cholo steering wheels that's made of like chain link.
Yeah.
So it was like a baby steering wheel. So like, in other words,
Oh,
like,
right, so it was
like
like
a
the little
lowrider.
Vato.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So he
okay.
could steer
Yeah.
and not pump his belly.
Oh.
It was perfect.
Those are small, so you can drive with handcuffs.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what they say.
On the text line, you guys are giving your comments as to how you knew when you were fat. I don't even know where to begin, says this texter. When I knew I was fat, where do I start? The bigger clothes. I had to sit to the side to clip my toenails. I couldn't just lean over anymore. No. I miss little me. That's funny. This one says, I knew I was fat. I knew I was fat when my oversized night shirts started fitting more like regular shirts.
Right, your comfy clothes go on to be your like
Totally.
form fitting. You're like, what? This was my comfy night shirt. And now I can't even barely get it on. This person says, I knew I was fat. Alicia, I knew I was fat when I had to take 2 cars to work.
Oh,
yes.
T Mama, we love you. Welcome back, everybody. Missed you guys. You know you're fat when your big panties are too small for deals. Too small
For deals?
for
Too
deals.
small for deals. Okay, maybe that's code for something.
For reals, maybe.
Oh,
for
too
reals.
small for. Thank you, Bolty, with the
For
typo.
translating.
Yes, thank you.
Christy says, when I zipped my belly into my zipper.
Oh God. Oh, Jimmy the Butcher. Good morning. We love you, Jimmy. We love Jimmy.
Yes, we do.
He says, don't have a fat story because I met him in person. That guy is thin as a rail.
Okay. Of
He
course
said,
not.
but just wanted to say I missed you the past 3 days. I'm so glad you're back. So we
Yay.
love you, Jimmy the Butcher.
Eric said, I knew I was fat when I noticed I was fat.
Okay.
Tina says, when my pants tore in the butt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I've
an
had pants
obvious
tear.
one.
Usually my pants always go out in the thigh, the inner thigh, the crotch.
Right, there was a time where it happened backstage at Summer Jam,
Oh,
and
so
you
embarrassing.
proceeded to tell everybody, even though you had used duct tape and nobody was the wiser.
Right.
Kathy had to
I had
go up
black
to
pants, so
every single
nobody
person.
had to know.
And she went up to every person. She's like, hi. And they're like, hey, what's wrong? And she's like, my pants tore. And then she'd be like, go to another group of people. My pants tore. I was like, stop telling people.
Right. Larry did say that. But
I go, nobody
couldn't-
knows your
I couldn't
pants
stop
tore.
telling everyone. I had to tell everyone.
You know, my pants tore.
Okay, so I'm about to share something very personal with you.
Uh-oh.
So I've always been fat. So I don't really have I knew I was fat when, because I've always been fat, right?
Yeah, but you know what?
I knew it reached a different limit when.
I mean, here's the thing. I will say this. You definitely wear it well. Like,
Thank
'cause
you.
For being on TV, like, you just wear it well. You look good. You don't, like, you're not a face gainer.
No,
So
thank
you-
God, the
right,
face, man. Like,
right.
God
That
gives you one or
saved
the
you.
other. He
Right.
gives you a good face and a fat body.
Right,
Or
or the
a
other way
really
around.
great body and an okay face.
Or he, like in my case, he gives you a fat face and a fat body.
No, you're not fat.
You're
Whatever.
thick, Kathy.
Yeah,
You're
right,
thick
I'm
in a
thick.
good way.
I'm thick in a
Right.
good way. Although seeing this naked outside the Spanx,
Right.
it's like Ursula. Stuff's coming at you without you wanting it.
Hashtag hog body.
Okay.
No, that's a drag queen term. No, that's a drag queen term.
It better be,
It
because that
is.
was ruthless.
No, hog body means, like, even like drag queens that are skinny say they have a hog body. You know, it means that you're just like, you kind of got a broad chest. Like, and you have a big chest.
No.
You have to watch Drag Race.
I don't want to
wouldn't
tell
have been-
you
No,
my
no.
actual story now.
You knew you were fat when.
Okay. I knew that it reached a different limit when.
I have a hog body. Chris has hog body. If we did drag, they'd be like, hog bodies.
I think hog body is that because of once you put it in the pantyhose and the Spanx and stuff, you look like a sausage.
No, it's like a hog body. It's like thick, but it's like the belly's the same thickness as the chest. Is the same.
Right.
It's like a hog body.
Yeah.
It's like there's no curves.
Right.
I got no curves. You know what I mean? I
God
don't
bless. God bless the fact that my boobs are still bigger than
Oh
the
my
belly.
God, for sure.
Thank God. Phew,
No,
okay.
you rock those.
Yeah, thanks. Well, thanks.
Okay, you knew you were fat
4
when.
bras. Okay. This is so embarrassing. But one day, the girls were playing. I have 2 daughters, 4 and 2.
She's not talking about her boobs.
Nope, not these girls. Because these girls had their time playing.
Right.
Good times. So 4 years old,
They used
2
to go
years
to
old.
Montessori's. Her boobs did. She used to take them there.
My boobs are very smart.
Right. They got engaged early, and yeah, okay.
Okay, so they're playing Barbies and stuff, you know.
Okay.
And when you improvise with Barbies, whatever's around the house becomes, you know, like I remember my dad's old baseball trophies. The glove in the baseball trophy became like a couch or, you know, or a chair that was in their house. Like you decorate with whatever's around that Barbie can use. Like,
not everybody has a gay uncle to buy them doll furniture.
Exactly. Like the boxed wine, once that's empty, you fill it with water, it becomes a great water bed for the dolls,
smart.
you know, things like that. So I'm like, you know, like playing with the girls and getting into the Barbie thing, and we're doing this and that and stuff, and it's time for Barbie to go to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I realize, wow, Barbie is using mommy's panties as a comforter. And they were big enough that you couldn't tell.
They were a duvet.
Right.
It was a
and
planning
it was a king
duvet.
size. It was a king size bed that Barbie was in. I was like, well, that's a pretty red. Oh, those are my underwear. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
So it wasn't the time where we got stuck on that chairlift and we used your panties to float back down. It wasn't that time. And then it wasn't the time where we were at Bandemere and that car got out of control and then your panties saved us from crashing into the audience.
Thanks, Larry.
And then we rode your bra.
Here we go.
We rode your bra all the way to Florida.
Disney World.
Right?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Right. It's like, you know, those guys on skis that have the sail. Or
Do the noise. There we go.
Bye.
Hold on, everybody.
We'll see you in the Magic Kingdom.
Bye. I hate you.
It was all one big gust of wind.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie. Oh, you know, after this, I'm just going to go and hang out with Marilyn, and she and I are going to drive around the city together. And
Marilyn Manson?
Marilyn Monroe, my car.
Marilyn Monroe, your car.
I named my car.
Oh, you named your car?
Don't you name your car?
Yeah, it's called a Murano. Oh, Marilyn Monroe. Is that why you did it?
That's actually funny. No, but now I'm going to totally steal that. That's Marilyn Monroe. No, it was because my whole life I always drove a Norma Jean.
Oh, so now you have a Marilyn Monroe.
So I always said once I have a real car, which thanks to Larry Miller Nissan I have, I
Right.
drive now the Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, but I'm totally going to steal that.
Yeah,
Marilyn
for sure.
Monroe. That is so good.
I do not name my cars. I never have.
How do you for real?
I don't even name my junk.
You don't?
No, I'm not one of those
You're
guys.
a guy. You should name your junk.
Okay, my junk's name is Carl. Hello, Carl. Come on, Carl. We're going out tonight.
Out of all the dumb names, that's what you chose?
Yeah, come on, Carl. We're going out. It's going to be hot out today, Carl. You're going to be a hot Carl.
Gross.
Producer Bolty, do you name your car, do you?
No.
You don't. Your big truck doesn't have a name.
No.
Is it a guy or a girl?
You're supposed
Definitely
to
a
name,
dude.
Okay, so at least you think about it in that kind of a way.
although you're supposed to name vehicles girls' names. Like boats are always women's names.
Yes.
Like I think like you're supposed to name things after ladies.
No, not necessarily cars.
Well, I'm sorry. My car is now Kathie.
And you better not be.
Oh, yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen how you drive Kathy. And that's not
I
really-
drive her crazy.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you can't call your car Kathie unless it's a mini.
Right, at least you're not in the big Armada trying to
Right.
call it Kathy because I'd
An
get offended.
H3. Watch out, fellas. I got to fill up the Kathie. She's running low.
Don't ever
Yeah,
call
and
it
I got to
Kathy.
stick the tailpipe in the Kathie.
Right,
Or the
take
gas.
that,
Yeah.
take that, Kathy, you naughty girl.
Right in her gas hole.
You're a bad girl. You've been all over town.
Hey, come smell Kathie's gas hole.
Okay, stop it. Yeah, don't ever. I'll kill you. But Bolty, do you have a name for your junk?
No, that's usually up to the girlfriend to do
Oh,
that.
that's cute.
Yeah.
And
So-
what names do they come up with?
Lil Bow Wow, Lil Romeo,
Little squirt.
Mushroom.
Well, both of you then are in the 2/3 of the group. 1/3 of guys have named their car.
Okay. Yeah, like I I guess, there's that one girl in the commercial. She's like, I love Brad. I named my car Brad,
Yes.
and I loved Brad.
Right.
And then Brad broke down.
Yes, right.
So,
Exactly.
maybe that's a girl thing.
Brad went to college with you.
Right.
But no, I think it's a guy thing.
Huh.
Because, you guys in their cars.
Get your motor running.
Right.
Headed on a highway.
Corey-
Go grease lightning.
Grease lightning, go grease lightning. Grease lightning, go grease lightning.
She was a queen,
Dun, dun.
she was a thing.
Dun, dun.
Oh, grease lightning.
Go.
Dun, 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 dun. We may have seen that movie.
I like the fact that Bolte, even though you're young, you still know the movie.
Yeah, I like that because it senses a little gayness.
No.
He knows a show tune.
No.
All right.
What it tells me is his mom was always like, come here, you're my friend. You and I will watch movies together.
No, it tells me that when he's home alone, it's all show business.
Dress up.
Like no business, I know. Plus, I hate to bring this up because I know your breakup was kind of fresh. But Bolte and I did have a complete gentleman's agreement that if he blew another relationship with a girl, he had to try it with a guy. So if you're that guy, call now. 303-728-3420.
That's not an agreement.
Mike Bolte's a Libra, and he likes nachos, slow dancing, and line dancing.
And has piercing blue eyes.
Yes, and piercing nipples.
Okay, back to the cars.
Okay.
So according to a new survey, a third of guys have named their car. And they go slightly more with a male name,
Okay.
like Buddy.
Bill,
Yeah,
Carl,
Bubba.
Jim. I'm going to name my car Josh or Connor or Zach.
Now, 40% of people have spoken to their car like it was a person. I totally do. Especially when you're like, come on, Martha.
Right, that's
get up the hill, girl.
You can make it to the gas station, Irene.
Yes.
Come on, you and I can do this, Irene.
How funny that
Go for it.
when the car's breaking down, we give it a female name.
Right. When it's killing it, it's Roger. Yes.
Why would it be Roger?
I don't know. It's a guy's name.
Oh, I thought you were doing some sort of American Dad.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I didn't think about that.
You're right. Well, you love Roger.
He's hilarious.
Yes. Didn't we have Roger on your birthday cake one year?
Yes, we did.
31%, 3 out of 10 people believe their car has a personality. Mine does. Your big truck definitely has a personality.
Sometimes it's cranky and it won't start. It's all you're like,
So
oh,
it's a
come
girl.
on, come on.
My car does not have a personality. My car is like an Asian person. It's like, there every day for work. I was designed by an Asian person. I'm very loyal and very reliable.
Good work ethic.
Right. I need more oil if you want me to perform up to par.
Okay. So how do you do that with your lips keep moving
Right,
while
but
you're
you're not-
talking?
Yes, it's a porn film. Subtitles.
That's amazing. Wow. If only you all could see him. That's great.
Just as Larry does his politically incorrect voice.
I know.
And it fits our Asian demographic. Oh, get a sense of humor. We pick on everybody.
We do. We're equal opportunity offenders. And finally, 2 out of 10 people enjoy spending time with their car more than their significant other.
Okay, those are those weird people that like to have sex with their car or something.
Okay, no, I think it's people that
Just wanna get out of the house?
Right, that's like the excuse to be out in the garage. I can't tell you, like it seemed like my dad was changing the oil on his car every day.
Right.
Because he was like, going out to the garage.
He's all, if that bitch tells me to fix that fence one more time, I'm going to take this car and drive it off of Canyon.
Canyon.
Canyonero!
Yeah!